Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Happy Women's Day to all the incredible women. There is no limit of what we as women can accomplish. And I would like to thank Dr. Alok, Dr. Bhavna, Ms. Anuradha for their precious time and energy to share some droplets. I'm sorry. Oh, 1 second. I think that there is a technical issue. I can hear what I'm. 1 second, please. Yeah. So, excuse me for the technical. And Radha for their precious time and energy to share some droplets of oceans of their immense knowledge today on this special day. Also, special thanks to all the participants from different parts of the world coming together, sparing precious family weekend time and energy. The agenda for today will be the best practices and FAQs on Menarche to Menopause by Dr. Bhavna, a beginner's guide to 7 chakras and FAQs by Ms. Anuradha. Then we are going to have a 5 minutes of breather if you are exhausted. I believe that's important for every one of us to have. And then
Dipti, there is still an echo in your sound.
There is still an echo.
Yeah, it's coming afterwards. In the backdrop.
The best practices and yeah, I can see that. Maybe it's because we are live on YouTube. Is that?
Have you joined the audio from multiple devices or something?
No. I have joined only from my laptop. If you are exhausted,
see, can you hear yourself?
Important for every one of us. Maybe let me just.
And then there is still an echo.
1 second, let me just check. How is it now? Is it still echoing, Ms. Anuradha? Is it better? Can you hear me, everyone?
Yeah. No, I don't think so. It is echoing now.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. No echoes. Cool.
Not up till now.
Perfect. So the agenda for today will be, as I said, the best practices and FAQs on Menarche to Menopause by Dr. Bhavna, a beginner's guide to 7 chakras and FAQs by Ms. Anuradha. Then we are going to have a 5 minutes of breather, followed with best practices and FAQs on healthy bones and muscles by Dr. Alok. And then finally, we are going to have the key asanas and pranayamas, practical practice for the dynamic you with me. Some golden rules before I invite the speakers to attend the session. The golden rules were visible on the screen as well before we started the session. And the golden rules are: 1, combining these sessions with doctors and yoga practitioners, we are trying to present a holistic approach to well-being. Depending upon the acute or chronic display of issues, the rightful approach should be considered is our important request. All the participants will be kept on mute. If there is any question, participants are requested to please use the chat box. Participants are requested not to discuss individual issues, please, respecting everyone's time and privacy. We will share the details of all the speakers at the end of the session. Whosoever wants can contact them directly for their individual consultation. And last but not the least, please keep your yoga mats ready and dress up comfortably for the asana and pranayama practice at the end of the session. Now I introduce Dr. Bhavna. I invite Dr. Bhavna for the first session on best practices for Menarche to Menopause. Dr. Bhavna is a specialist in obstetrics and gynecologist, super specialist in IVF and infertility. She is the member of National Academy of Medical Science, fellow Indian College of Obstetrics and Gynae, director Shivam IVF and Infertility Center, and consultant at Max Super Speciality Hospital, Vaishali. Thank you so much, Dr. Bhavna, for sparing your time and being with us to share the knowledge for a special topic, which is menarche to menopause. And I would request you to share your screen, what you want to share with us, and then over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepti. And thank you for giving me this opportunity today here. And I will take a minute to mention that Deepti is my teacher, friend, guide. And I haven't met Deepti in person, but she has transformed me in many ways over the last 1 year. So thank you for all that, Deepti. And I will now take you to my presentation. So a very happy Women's Day to all of you. And it is my wish to all my women friends here that you stay in the pink of your health throughout this year and throughout your life. Why is it important? Why is the health of a woman important? It is very important because the health of a woman is linked to the child, to the family, and in that ways to the whole society. So let us all today take a pledge together to make Women's Day a day to review our health. Let us remember every day on Women's Day that we need to be eating well, we need to be taking care of our exercise, fitness, remember our medications, tests, whatever. So just make it a day for your health every year. Like we get onto the flights and they say that first you should put on your mask in emergency. So that is what it applies to us here in our families. If we really want to be good to our family members, we want to help them, the first thing is to make yourself fit. If you are fit, you will take much better care of your family automatically. So what is a healthy woman? Is just being free from disease healthy? No. Health doesn't mean being free from disease. Health these days is a holistic concept. In fact, we talk about the wellness wheel when we talk about health. So physical health is just 1/6 of that. Your emotional health, environmental health, your social, occupational, spiritual, intellectual, you should be healthy and in harmony in all these aspects. So it is the harmony of the body and the mind, a well-balanced diet and supplementation, physical fitness, and your lifestyle and stress management. Now coming to diet, these days people are focusing a lot on diet, on their weight. So is it important? What do we doctors say? Yes, I think diet and weight management is very important. In fact, weight, you can say, is the single most important physical parameter which correlates with your physical fitness and the occurrence of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. Ideally, when you're trying to understand weight, you should be going through complicated formulas like BMI calculation, body mass analysis. But there are certain shortcuts I have worked out by which you can come to know what should be your ideal weight. So you just need to know your height in centimeters. For example, if you're 160 centimeters, you can minus 100 from that and you get the ideal weight. So if you're 160 minus 100, your ideal weight should be around 60 kgs, maybe plus minus 1 or 2 kgs. Similarly, your ideal waist can be half of your height in centimeters. So if you're 160 centimeters, your ideal waistline should be less than 80 centimeters. So that is a kind of calculation we can do on a rough basis to understand how much over or underweight we are and how much we really need to lose. Now be very kind to your own body. These are the principles of yoga which Deepti has taught me over the last 1 year, that we should do no hinsa with your body. We have to be slow, give time to your own body. Don't try to have unreasonable estimates and goals for yourself. So you should, if you have a reasonable estimate of like 1 kg weight lost in a month, that should be good enough. So if you need to lose 10 kgs, you can take an estimate of a 1 year time, that I'll do it over 1 year. So when you look at your food plate, You should divide it into 4 quarters. The carbohydrate portion, the grains, should be only 1/4 of it. 1/4 of that should go into proteins, 1/4 into vegetables, and 1/4 of it should be raw, colorful fruits of different varieties. Ideally, if we look at our Indian food, this is how it is. So if we eat dal, roti, sabzi, and salad, that is exactly what we are doing. So it's a good idea to visualize your plate into 4 quarters and then just shorten the carbohydrate to 1/4 of it. Exercise is must. Every age group of ladies should exercise 30 to 60 minutes per day. The type of exercise can vary depending on your fitness. So you could be doing walking, you could be doing yoga, you could be doing any kind of games like sports, like tennis, whatever you enjoy and is possible for you. There are definitely a lot of positive effects of exercise on our body. Managing stress is a big issue. So women are big jugglers. Usually we try to do multitasking all the time. We try to do multiple home issues and office issues, our personal things. So we try to coordinate everything together, which leads to stress. So somewhere we need to cut it out. We need to cut out the stress that we have built up for ourselves over the years. Now coming to the concerns of the women from menarche to menopause. Teenage, it's a very special age. Every family goes through it for itself, for their daughters, for their granddaughters. However, every family is sometimes not so prepared about it. I get panic calls from my friends whenever their daughter starts getting periods. And it's like, oh, she's got periods. Is it too much? Is it too early? Is it too late? It's not regular. And what should I give her in her diet? And things like that. So it goes on. And because of the panic of the mother, the child who was feeling normal suddenly feels there's something that has happened that is special to her at that time. So what is the average age of menarche? Is around 10 to 15 years. So between, if she gets it at 10, it's fine. If she gets it at 15, it's fine. If she's getting it before 10 or if she's getting it after 15, then you can say it's slightly before or after time and you could consult some doctor. Now, what diet should I give her when she started bleeding? Nothing actually. Just make it a routine that she was having a healthy, balanced diet all throughout. If your child is healthy and she's not bleeding excessively, nature will take care on its own. But just make sure that she's in a habit of taking enough liquids, proteins, and iron-rich food. It really doesn't mean that during those 3 bleeding days, she would need to, pile her up with juices, soups, nothing like that. She has to be healthy in general. There's a lot of confusion about what to use during periods. Some people prefer to use pads, there are tampons, there are menstrual cups, there are different things which are available. And all of them, it's a very matter of too much personal choice, what one opts for. However, we should guide our daughters for menstrual hygiene. They should be in a habit of changing pads at least every 6 to 8 hours, and proper application and disposal of pads, etc. should be taught by us to the children. It's a big myth that unmarried girls cannot use tampons and menstrual cups. But there's a caution with use of tampons and cups because the blood which is collected inside the cup or in the tampon, it acts as a culture medium. So you have to be very careful about changing it. In fact, some people recommend putting an alarm on your phone, a reminder on your phone that after 8 hours, I need to change it. Because if you leave it inside for too long, sometimes it can lead to severe infections and even toxic shock syndrome. So personally, I prefer for young girls, pads are the best option. Hpv vaccination, that is another thing. It is now recommended by the Gynecologist Society as well as the Pediatric Society for cervical cancer. It is initiated at 9 to 14 years and only 2 doses are required for at 0 and 6 months. If people who have not taken vaccination in adolescence, so 14 to 45 years ladies can also take 3 doses of cervical cancer vaccination, 0, 1 and 6 months. So this is to prevent against cancer of the cervix, which is a very common cancer in Indian women. PCOS, I need to touch that in short because it's a very common thing. It affects 1 in 10 women. So if you're affected by PCOS, nothing great. Every 10th girl has this problem. And it has symptoms like weight gain, irregular periods, acne, or excessive hair growth on the face. So if you feel that you're suffering from any of these problems, you can visit a doctor. They can conduct some test and ultrasound for you. And the good part is that PCOS 90% can be managed just by lifestyle modification. So if you do proper diet, exercise, stress reduction, you can keep your hormones under control just by that. Now, premarital counseling is also a very important aspect I would like to touch. Even in educated families these days, we still believe in Kundali match We do never go for a premarital counseling. But just imagine if the couple has a blood group incompatibility, or they both are thalassemic minors and they have a thalassemia major child after marriage, or there's some kind of genetic diseases which manifest after the birth of the child, then it can create a havoc in the life of the couple. So I think now we should change our mindset. Before marriage, a premarital counseling with an expert should be done. Even a basic fertility screen can go a long way. Rather than hiding the problems and coming to know of it after marriage, if they have a basic fertility screen, it can work well for the couple very well after the marriage. Again, when you're planning a baby, it's a very special period. Folic acid supplementation, of course, is must, and you should again be very careful about your diet, exercise, stop using any smoking, alcohol, and you should have a knowledge of the fertile period. Pregnancy itself, it's a wide topic, and whenever I think we will skip that, because usually when you are pregnant, you do visit a doctor and they guide you from time to time. Now comes 40s, which is a young age again. Slowly you come out of your family heavy responsibility period. Like your kids start getting grown up a little bit, and again you find a little time for yourself. However, this is the time that when the perimenopausal symptoms creep in, and there's a natural aging that signals the end of your reproductive years. Your ovaries start making less hormones. There's a tendency to gain weight. It is a good time that you should think of, again, taking good care of your body in terms of diet and exercise, and also consider some calcium supplementation. Menopause comes with its symptoms, the whole packet of it: hot flushes, urinary infection, vaginal dryness, drop in bone density, increase in incidence of blood pressure, diabetes, and need for checkup and prevention and screening. Now, what are the screening we recommend as doctors? So in India, according to our guidelines, the ICMR guidelines, women between 30 to 65 years of age should have at least 3 tests for cervical cancer, that is by pap smear or HPV testing, every 5 years for 3 times. And if you've done 3 tests and it's come negative, you can stop doing it. Another thing very important is breast self-examination. So it is recommended that every woman once in a month after her periods should self-examine her breast for presence of any lumps. So I wonder how many of us here, even in the meeting, are doing that they've done their pap smear, they've got their cervical cancer vaccination, or they're doing a breast self-examination. I, as a doctor, what I like to recommend to my patient is that at least 1 in 10 years, even if you do not have any gynae problem, you could do a routine checkup with your gynecologist. She could do your head-to-toe examination, history taking, breast examination, your pap smear screening. And if any problem is not there, it's good for you. And if there's a problem, it would be detected in time. So I think we owe it to ourselves that at least 1 in 10 years, we can visit a doctor for a routine screening. So the beauty of a woman must be seen from her eyes, because that's the doorway to her heart, the place where love resides. The beauty of a woman isn't a facial mold, but true beauty in a woman is reflected by her soul. It is the caring that she cares to give, the passion that she shows, and the beauty of a woman with passing years only grows. So meet your individual health needs, enjoy a healthier, more active lifestyle, and promote prevention for a healthy life. I thank you all for a very, very patient hearing.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhavna. That was really inspiring, motivating, and helpful for each of us. If we have any questions from Dr. Bhavna, we can spare 2-3 minutes. Please send those questions on the chat window, and Dr. Bhavna would be happy to share the answers, if there is any. Because she has a hard stop, she won't be available till the end of the session. So if anyone has the question, please ask now. Otherwise, she will leave.
I think you can share my email also, Deepti, if anybody has any questions later on. So I'll be very, very happy to connect.
Absolutely. I will anyways be sharing your details, Bhavna. Thank you so much. Cool. Considering I don't have any questions on the chat window, seems the presentation
was I assume that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Bhavna, once again. and we move to the next speaker. Next speaker is Miss Anuradha. I would like to introduce her. She is the yoga and wellness student and practitioner and professional and propagator. Believes in the constant path of learning and development. She believes passionately in energy and matter and its interplay in our lives. Currently, she is based in Paris, co-founding member of Yoga Club Paris, contributing to health and well-being of many individuals and corporates in France and other countries. And she is my sister too, my elder sister. So over to you, Deep. I'm spotlighting. And thank you for being the part. One second, you have to unmute her. Where is she? We can't hear you. I believe you're going to unmute yourself.
Yeah, can you hear me now? Am I audible now? Okay.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Thank you. And my screen is visible as well.
Yeah, your screen is visible too.
Okay. Thanks, Deepthi, for giving me this opportunity.
My pleasure. Thank you.
My favorite topic pertaining to chakras and the energy body. Just thanking Dr. Bhavna for initiating with a very insightful discussion and just letting us take a pledge that health is really a big important part. Spiritual health, mental health, emotional health, everything is all together, which is called health. If we want to call ourselves healthy, we have to be taking care of all the aspects of our life. Now, coming to the chakras, in the limited time, I would try to give a little bit of, the background of what the chakras are and how are they related and what are the relationship with our biological and the physiological body, how it impacts and what all we could do to take care of, balance those chakras. So this is basically broadly my presentation going to be. Okay, coming to the table of contents, I'll be giving a brief introduction into chakras, their meaning, their definition, and then how they are affecting the other part of our beings, why they block and what could we do to unblock those energy channels, and then what are the main asana practices or the whole yoga practice that we normally do, just touching upon them to bring the balance in those chakras. So chakra means spinning wheels of energy. Chakra in Sanskrit means chakra. Chakra means a wheel. So these are basically the wheels of energy. They were originated obviously in Vedic scriptures. They have been there all throughout, but it has become more famous, or it has, I would say, has got more prominence in the last about 50 years or so, when people have really started recognizing their impact or their role played in the whole well-being of a human being. So generally we know that all of us know that if you ask someone how many bodies we have, everybody will say it's just one body. But if you talk about from the yogic perspective, we have three bodies. So the first one is the physical body, which is called Sthul Sharir or Bhautik Sharir, which is visible to the eyes, which is made up of bones, flesh, skin, everything that we can see each other. And there's another body which is slightly bigger than that body, that is called energy body or Sukshma Sarir. And that is a body which is made up of prana or energy. And this is the place where all the chakras are residing. I'll talk to you about it later. And the third body is causal body or Bij Sharir, which is called a body which carries our roots from generation to generation, from one birth to another. As we say, we keep taking births, and it's a matter of karmic cycle and everything. I mean, not going deeper into that, but broadly speaking, we have three bodies. So the body which we are going to talk about here is the energy body. So the energy body has so many energy channels running through it, which we also call nadis. So in Hindi, we call them nadis. The nadis are generally defined into two forms. One is the main nadi or the gross nadis, and the other ones are subtle nadis. So the gross nadis are generally practiced when we are talking about acupressure, acupuncture, and qi in Chinese medicine, and all those kind of things. And when we go to the doctor checks our pulse, that is also nadi. And then there are subtle nadis, which are much more, many more inside our body, because there is an exchange of energy happening inside our body throughout, through which the blood is circulating, the gaseous exchange in the body is taking place. So there are n number of nadis inside our body, or energy channels, we could say. So broadly speaking, as per yogic scriptures, there are 72,000 nadis inside our body. So you can imagine it's a kind of web, spider web of nadis, or those energy channels running throughout our body. So if there is a web of so many energy channels running inside our body, obviously, naturally, there'll be some points wherein those multiple channels are connecting each other. And that is the point we call chakras, or the main energy points where so many nadis are combining each other or crossing each other, because that is a point which is really important from the energy body point of view. So broadly, there are so many chakras, like some scriptures talk about 10 chakras, some talks about 11, some 13, 7, 8. But in common parlance, we normally concentrate on 7 chakras, which we'll be introducing to you in a short while. So we have 7 broad chakras, or the 7 main energy centers, which have a great prominence when it comes to our energy body. Okay, so just a brief picture I have given here of the 7 chakras here. And as I told earlier already, these are the spinning wheels of energy that corresponds to our biological and physiological being. Okay, before I go further, just to let you know, or just to give you a food for thought, you might ask that, whether these chakras are visible from a naked eye, or do they come in the ultrasound or the x-rays or the stuff like that? No, they are not, because they are not the gross channels, they are the subtle channels, or the subtle energy points. So yes, they are not visible, but yes, who says that energy is visible? Energy is not visible to the naked eyes. Energy is something which can be felt. So it's not necessary that if something is not visible, it doesn't have a significance, or it cannot be felt. So it is something much more deeper and subtle form of centers or energy centers, which may not be visible, but has a really great impact on our being. And just to give you an example here, I'm sure most of you must have witnessed that when you meet someone for the first time, suppose you go and meet somebody for the first time, there are some people that you immediately connect. Even by saying hello, you start connecting with the person. So that is a kind of energy exchange happening between you and the other person. However, there'll be some times when there are people you have started talking, and you realize that, there's some kind of energy clash, maybe that, you feel that you really don't want to continue that conversation with that person, probably that kind of, energy clash is happening. So there's an energy body interacting that time. Before you start interacting with the person, there's an energy body interacting and you get the vibes. And in yogic, this thing, we also call it aura of the person. The kind of, that light or that energy or that thing which you carries with you, which starts communicating before you open your mouth or before you communicate to the person. That is what we are talking about here, the energy. So I've just made this slide here to tell what are the mind-body connection corresponding to each chakras. So broadly speaking, 7 chakras. We start from the down, the Mooladhara Chakra, which is the basic chakra, root chakra, which is located at the base of the spine. Then we go up to Swadhisthana Chakra, or it's also called Sacral Chakra, which is located lower abdomen near the reproductive organs. Then we go up to the next one, which is the Manipura Chakra, which is located just below the navel chakra, it is Manipura. Then the fourth one is Anahata Chakra, which is near the heart center. Fifth one is Vishuddha Chakra, which is located in the throat region. Sixth is Agna Chakra, located in the third eye. And the seventh one is on the crown and the topmost portion of the head. Yeah. So based on the location of these chakras, it is said that they are normally located along our spine. And wherever they are located, the surrounding organs of our body are associated with those chakras. So when we talk about Muladhara, all the, the pelvic floor, base of the spine, intestine, bladder, your extremities, that is legs, these are the organs which are connected with this chakra. The next one, Swadhisthana, reproductive organs, kidneys, hip areas are the organs connected. Going up, digestive organs, liver, pancreas, connected with your Manipura Chakra near the navel. Then going to your heart chakra, of course, your heart, your lungs, diaphragm. These are the organs that gets affected if there is any issue with the chakra. Then going up, you have throat chakra. So obviously your throat, shoulders, and your arms here gets connected with the chakra. Agna Chakra, third eye, nose, pineal gland, and the crown of the chakra is the supermost chakra. When we categorize these chakras, we do say that the 3 first chakras are mostly the gross chakras, which are, slightly more related to the normal material world, related to survival, related to our thinking power, related to creativity, related to decision making, and all those sort of things. But when we go above from 4th chakra onwards, the qualities of the chakra starts getting more subtle. So from the gross, it becomes subtle, and that when we reach the crown chakra, it is the most subtle form. And this is the chakra which is related to spirituality and turning inwards, basically. These are the 7 chakra once again. As I talked already about it, Muladhara Chakra is connected to energy and stability. Mooladhara, Mool means the root. So the root is what? The root of us as a human being, or the foundation. That means our stability, our need of survival. Then we go to the Sacral Chakra. Here I'm talking about the physiological part. The other one was biological organs, which is related to sensuality, pleasure, creativity. Now, we could be creating another human being. We could be creating an idea. We could be creating a thought. We could be creating a painting. We could be doing anything. Whatever we are doing is actually a creation. So those creations are governed by Swadhisthana Chakra. And how you feel about yourself, that is the center over there. Then going up, third one, Manipura Chakra, which is behind your navel point. That is the chakra which gives you the strength and determination and the power to say, I do. Now, if I give you another name for this chakra, or we also call it a gut chakra, because there is a gut here. You know, the gut is there in your navel, behind your, surrounding your navel. And you must have heard there's something which we call gut feeling, because this is also a second brain when we talk about the brain functions. Whenever you are encountered with anything in your life, the first feeling that you get is in your belly, which is called, you know, butterflies in the stomach or nervousness, or some people have problems, you know, with their digestion or metabolism, because the first thing get affected is your metabolism or your ability to digest whenever you are faced with any kind of stress or any situations in your life. So this chakra is really, really important, gut chakra or Manipura chakra, because that gives you the kick or the strength to do what you want to do, or to not do, or the ability to say no as well. That comes from this chakra, Manipura chakra. Going up, Anahata chakra, heart chakra. Obviously, heart chakra means love, compassion, gratitude. So here, when we talk about the love means love not only for others, but also for yourself. Because the primary thing is, unless you love yourself, you practically cannot love anyone or anybody. So it's the most important thing is we have to learn to love ourselves first before we start spreading the love to our children, to kids, to family, to anybody except us. So that feeling of love, or you call it self-worth, you know, that you are worthy of your own love, comes from here. So if this chakra is balanced, you will feel loved and you will feel like giving love. So relationships normally are governed by this chakra. So in case you are having any issues, generally people having any issues with having relationship, either being too clingy in their relationships or being too susceptible, or not feel like, you know, feeling scared to enter into any relationships, or commitment issues and all sort of stuff, then that is governed by this chakra. Going up, Vishuddha chakra, throat chakra, talks about talking, communication and creativity, because it starts from here. So all our communication are governed by this chakra. Now communication, if you say, it's not only vocal communication. Communication happens in so many ways. It happens through, obviously, by talking, by writing, by expressing the way we are expressing, and also by staying silent. So silence is also another way of communication. Just give it a thought. So how we communicate with us as well as with others around us is governed by this chakra. And how we communicate using all those means of communication will determine what kind of relationship we have with us as well as with others. Just think about it, give it a thought. Because ultimately, I mean, whatever I have seen or whatever I have read, we can make or break a relationship just by communicating. We don't need anything else. And most of the times, the relationships, whether it's between friend and friend or a spouse or partner or anybody, will fail or will succeed. That all depends on the kind of communication channels or exchange happening between two partners or two persons. Therefore, this chakra plays a really important role here. Going up to the sixth chakra, Agna chakra or third eye chakra, that talks about the intuition and lucidity or I see. Again, you must have again observed, I mean, nowadays, because we are, you know, so much surrounded by gadgets and, you know, technology and everything. So we are kind of not using our intuitive power so much as in the previous past. But still, sometimes you might have encountered or experienced this incident, which I'm going to tell you right now, that you are thinking about someone and the other person calls you at the same time, or maybe, you know, in a span of few hours. So there's a connection of the intuition. That's also called telepathy. It's like mind connecting with the other mind. That's called intuition. And then sometimes also another example is that when you are going for probably a new job, or you're going for an interview, or you're going to do something, somebody comes to you with a new proposal of something, whatever. There's something talking to you from inside. And you will say like, okay, my intuitive thinking is that it's not going to be going well, or probably I should not take this route, or probably I should not get into this particular venture, it's not going to be good for me, or it's going to be good for me, whatever. So that inner voice talking to you is your intuition. Sometimes we choose to listen, sometimes we ignore, but it does talk to us. And to strengthen that, we normally work on Agna Chakra. Going up, the supermost chakra is Crown Chakra, which is related to our consciousness, knowledge, understanding. And by the time we reach this chakra, we are actually not bothered about everything else, whatever is happening. We are above the materialistic things. We are above the duality of space and time. We are above everything when we reach this. So basically, it's a connection with the Supreme. That when this here, you're trying to merge and you're trying to recognize that you're just a small part of the whole universe. And you stop taking yourselves too seriously. And you realize that, ultimate aim of a human life is to serve or to merge with the God, because we have come here and then we go back to the same elements. So these are the 7 chakras and their significance and what all, physiological aspects that are connected to them. Now, what are the reasons why sometimes chakras get blocked? The first and the foremost and the only reason is the negative energy. Negative energy may be in the form of mental issues, physical issues, emotional issues, psychological issues. It could be anything, but ultimately the negativity that we are surrounding ourselves with, or we end up into negative, surroundings, that affects our chakra. That means that affect our energy. That kind of blocks our energy, that doesn't allow ourselves to express in the way we want to express. And then when that energy get blocked inside, we are not able to channelize that energy or express it properly. What will happen is that blockage or that pressure of negativity, which is happening inside, will basically go to a place in the body wherever there is a weak point. So inside the body, it will find out whatever is the weak link, and there it manifests itself, and you will have the problems. There's a tendency to have disease or disorders in that area. So basically, when we are blocking the energy, we don't allow it to balance. Depending on where the weak link is, we'll have a manifestation of disorders, or we call disease, or so many other negative things. Now, how do we normally have the chakra healing practices, or we could chakra flow, or the whole session designed across taking care of all the chakras, wherein we have asanas, specific asanas dealing with chakras, pranayamas, special asana, special pranayamas. Then we also use chanting of bij mantras, because there is a special mantra for each chakra. So when we are holding the posture, we normally chant that bij mantra. There are mudras involved, the energy locks to unblock the energy which is holding up inside. Then we also do chakra meditation. So all these 4 or 5 aspects are combined together, are made a particular session for chakra healing or chakra flow, wherein we normally deal with 1 chakra per class, and then in the end we go for the whole chakra practice. So here I have just jotted down a couple of asanas, broadly speaking, that could be done for balancing or for dealing with those chakras. So for Muladhara Chakras, Since it's talking about the grounding or the first base of the spine, all the grounding postures could be Tadasana, Malasana. There are so many others as well. So I've just listed broadly few of them here. Swadhisthana is above it. So everything related to lower abdomen, it could be Baddha Konasana or Janu Shirsasana. Manipura Chakra, navel. So wherever the posture is concentrating on the navel region, it would be mostly the twist when we are going for twist. So Nokasana or plank pose. Then we have a heart chakra. So all the heart openers, whatever the asanas in which we open the heart, Bhujangasana, Dhanurasana are used for that. For Vishuddha Chakra, throat chakra, mostly the asanas wherein we are concentrating on the neck region. So Sarvangasana or Halasana. Then Agna Asana and Crown Asana. For that, we normally use child pose and headstand. So broadly speaking, these are the postures. However, we keep combining various postures for, to make sure that we are holding them and trying to unblock the particular chakra which we are dealing with. So in the end, yoga is journey of the self. I really love this quote. Through the self to the self. So ultimately, it's you yourself who are responsible for your own health and well-being. And with that, the last quote here, your energy is worth more than any material matter. Your energy is your currency in the world and in the universe. So the greatest gift you give to another is your thoughts, intentions, and energetic love. So use your energy to bless yourself and your loved ones. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dee. It was really like, I went into like just the listening of it was so meditative. I'm just thinking if we'll start practicing it, how.
Okay, that's my sister speaking, not Deepti.
So there is one question that we have from Ritu. And Ritu, your question is how to fix in case there is an issue in any of the chakras. And I believe that the PPT at the end, the asanas for each chakras, I believe, and the kind of chakra practice, the meditation, the pranayamas, help answer that. But if in case there is something to add, I would request Ms. Anuradha to actually.
Yeah, she's got the answer.
Yeah, you have got the answer. Cool. Thank you, Ritu. Anyone else for any other question related to chakras? So it was more of a theory, I know. Practically, we haven't intentionally kept in the middle of the session because you're going to have the asana practice at the end of the session.
Yeah,
but
it would become a very long session if we go for the chakra practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, if I believe if you would have done the chakra flow practice, the session with Dr. Alok, I don't know how many of you would love to do then. So jokes apart, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask now, or maybe you can hold on for the end of the session. We are now going to have a 5 minutes of breather. If anyone just want to go and grab water, use washrooms, like 2 people, like a lot of thing has entered, just try to like grass, and let's be back after 5 minutes. And then there will be a session by Dr. Alok on the health of our muscles and bones, which is very, very important these days for all the women's. I have seen a lot of women's either getting tennis elbows or knee issues or like something or else, a cervical spondylitis, some or other injury related to muscles and bones. That session will be really helpful. So look forward to see you all again. Just go grab some water, use the washrooms, do whatever, just take a breather and be back. We will be right there. Thank you. Okay. Welcome back, everyone. Hope everyone is there. All right. So now I would love to introduce Dr. Alok. He is the MS Ortho, FRC. I'm sorry, I have to look at the, like for your degrees, I have to look at the FRCS, Orthopedic from England, MRCS UK MBBS, Specialist in Joint Replacement, Sports Injury and Spine, Courtesy Consultant at Sri Balaji Action Institute, Paschim Vihar, Delhi. Thank you so much, Dr. Alok, for joining us and going to make our International Women's Day special with your immense knowledge related to bones and muscles. Thanks. Over to you. You can share your screen.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Am I audible to all? Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Deepthi. And I thank you for allowing me to speak at this forum. And I would like to also thank my mother, my wife, my sister, since it's International Women's Day, and happy Women's Day to all. Actually, what I think is that every day is a Women's Day because like without women, I don't think that a man's life can run smoothly. So to me, every day is a Women's Day. So let's keep it like that. And so I'm an orthopedic surgeon, so I would keep my talk limited to how we should keep our bone healthy and bones and muscles healthy. So I'll start sharing the screen now. Okay, so let me first tell you that it is easier protecting your bone health than we think actually. So there is a role of diet, physical activity, and other lifestyle factors which can help us in improving our bone health. So it is easier than we think. Now, why is it important to maintain bone health? See, what happens is that our bones are continuously changing, and new bone is made and old bone is being broken down. But what happens is that after the age of 30 years, at the age of 30 years, we achieve peak bone mass. And the amount of bone which we can make after the age of 30 becomes less. So that's why we tend to lose bone more as we age. Now, let's see why is the bone health important. See, what happens is that bone, basically, it's a structure which protects our organs, our internal organs like liver, kidneys, our heart, because our rib structure is a bony structure. Then on the bones, the muscles are attached. So basically, they are providing the structural framework with the help of protecting our organs and giving attachment to the muscles. Now, what affects our bone health? Basically, it is the amount of calcium in our diet. Calcium in our diet, then physical activity, then it comes to that tobacco and alcohol use. We should restrict our usage of tobacco and alcohol so that we can produce more bone. Females are a bit more risk at osteoporosis, like weakening of bone, because of the hormonal changes which they undergo on a day-to-day basis. And what happens is that after the age of 60, the risk of fracture also increases in females. Then it comes to age. Our bones becomes thinner and weaker as we age. Then the race and the family history also affects us. A race like if we are of an Asian descent or a white, then there is a tendency of bone getting weakened is more as compared to if we are of a black descent. from the black descent, black Americans. Then hormones levels also affect our bones. As I told earlier, that decrease in the hormonal changes which affects the women tends to affect our bones. Then there are certain eating disorders which affect bones, like anorexia. The persons who are basically who take less food, anorexia, that also affects the bones. Then there are certain medications. People are on certain medications like corticosteroids. In those people, there are more chances of osteoporosis. Now, what can I do to keep my bones healthy? So, as I told earlier, it is we should include plenty of calcium in our diet. If I come to the recommended dose of calcium and vitamin D, basically in 19 plus age group, we should have 700 milligram of calcium daily in our diet. And this data I am quoting from the National Health Service NHS Trust from England. In breastfeeding women, they require 1250 milligram, that is 1250 milligram of calcium daily in the diet. Now let's come to what are the excellent sources of calcium. Basically, it's the milk, cheese, yogurt, and milk dishes in the form of custard and rice pudding, and some certain form of fish like sardines and pilchards with bones. So how much calcium do we get when we drink milk? So it is said that in 200 milliliter of milk, we get around 200 to 300 milligram of calcium. So if we are drinking half a liter of milk daily, we are almost sure that we are getting that amount of calcium which we need for our body on a daily basis. So 2 glasses of milk a day, this is what I suggest, is enough for meeting our daily calcium requirements. Then what are the other good sources of calcium? Basically, they are like nuts, green vegetables, then baked beans, dried fruit, oranges, dairy ice cream, cottage cheese. So basically dairy products. Then we come to vitamin D. What are the good sources of vitamin D? It's like cod liver oil, oily fish, eggs, then certain fortified foods like breakfast cereals and milk powder fortified with vitamin D. Okay. Now I will come to how we should go about maintaining our bone health as we age. Basically, what happens is as we age, above the 60 years of age, our bone density decreases. And the scheme which I'm sharing right now is showing us a picture of a DEXA scan, which we do in an age group of women which are like greater than 60 years of age to show how much bone mineral density they are having. It is a test which is a simple X-ray scan through which we can know the bone mineral density. What we can do to prevent loss of bone in women who are greater than 60 years of age, again, it comes to having good amount of calcium and vitamin D in the diet and physical activity. And certain people may also require hormone replacement therapy if we find that the osteoporosis is too much in certain patients, then they may require hormone replacement therapy. So basically, what happens is that 70% individuals with the disease are female, which suffer from osteoporosis, like weakening of bones. And all women over the age of 65 should be checked for osteoporosis with the help of a DEXA scan. Then, as I told, that we should consider hormonal therapy for menopausal women and calcium supplements. So, what are the 5 ways to protect your bones? They are: number 1, exercise regularly, eat foods that promote bone health. We should not smoke, and we should limit our alcohol consumption as well. So the bottom line to prevent bone health, what is the bottom line? Bone health is important at all stages of life, and however, it is taken for granted as symptoms often don't appear until the bone loss is advanced. Fortunately, there are many nutrition and lifestyle habits that can help build and maintain strong bones, and it is never too late to start. So 3 things which I'll like to reiterate: calcium, vitamin D, and physical activity. We should continue doing these. And I want to emphasize the role of yoga as well here, because the amount of stretching which we do, the amount of stretching which we do in yogas basically helps in bones taking more calcium from our diet. Because as we do stretching in the yogas, what happens is the blood supply of the muscles and bones increases. So I cannot overemphasize the role of yoga here. Now, we were discussing that certain diseases like tennis elbow and certain females suffer from tennis elbow, like pain in the elbows and pain in the lower back and knees. Again, I will say that here also the role of yoga cannot be overemphasized, because when we stretch our elbows, then again the tennis elbow, basically the incidence of tennis elbow can be reduced. Tennis elbow means when we are getting pain in the elbow. And the same goes with when we are suffering from knee pains. We need to stretch our knee. So now, if we come to the professional age group of which from 20 to 60, what happens is that if they are continuously have to sit on the chair while they're doing their professional duties, they should stand up in every 20 minutes and they should do stretching of back, knees, and hips, so that they can get less incidence of pain because of sedentary lifestyle. So I think that's it. That is what I wanted to tell you about how we can improve our bone health. If you have any questions, I will be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Alok. That was really a beautiful presentation and a lot of great information to each of us. We really, really needed this from you. Any questions by anyone, so please? Yeah, would you like to stop your screen share, Dr. Alok? Yeah. Okay, Dr. Alok, there is a question for you. I'm spotlighting you only. You are spotlighted. So the question is from Ritu, and she says that what supplement should we take and for how long for the healthy bones and muscles?
See,
normally what say we should not take vitamins for long. That's what also she is adding to her question.
Yes. So what I tend to tell my patients is that if we are taking calcium supplements, then we should take them like in a cyclical way. If we can take them for 2 months and then we can stop that supplement for 1 month, so that the incidence of formation of stones can decrease. We can take them for 3 weeks and then we can stop them for 1 week. So this is the way how we can take the supplements. Now, I want to reiterate here that if we are taking enough amount of calcium and vitamin D in our diet, then the need for calcium and vitamin D supplementation decreases. So again, if we are having half liter of milk a day, then we don't need any sort of calcium supplementation.
Thank you. I believe, Ritu, the question has been answered. There is another question from another Ritu. Can collagen help to maintain joints better?
Yes, certainly. What happens is that our joint cartilage contains certain chemicals like glucosamines and collagen. In our joint, we have a collagen type 1, which is the most important ingredient. So yes, the answer is yes, collagen can help us in maintaining our joint cartilage, yes.
Thank you. I believe, Ritu, that answers your question. Another question is, what is good for knees between running or cycling?
See, it depends on how much physical activity you want to do. But yes, cycling is better because it's a closed chain exercise. And running is an open chain exercise. So cycling is better as compared to running. No two thoughts about that.
Yeah, cool. Thank you. Any other question? Yeah, one more question, Dr. Alok. Yeah, like I believe our audience has now got a pick. It's good morning for them. Or maybe your session has been so inspiring. So what vitamin? So one more question for you. What vitamins cannot be taken together, like calcium and zinc can be taken? So,
calcium and zinc, yes. See, it is being told that vitamin A should not be taken along with calcium. So what happens is that in patients who are above 60 years of age, we tell them that we should not take vitamin A. So some patients take cod liver oil or fish liver oil and they supplement their diet with that. Because vitamin A leads to decreased absorption of calcium. So above 60 years of age, we say that we should avoid taking vitamin A more. That is that,
that's really nice. And is there any combination that should not be taken? So for example, I know that iron and calcium should not be taken together. So is there any other such combination that people should be aware of?
See, the thing is that we should avoid taking caffeine and fizzy drinks after our food, because what happens is that like coffee and tea and these fizzy drinks contain oxalic acid, oxalates, and they help in decreasing the absorption of calcium. So we should avoid tea, coffee, and fizzy drinks after or along with our meals.
For example, people take tea a lot along with the food. So that is also caffeine, and that's not good for their bones and muscles. That's what you are advising, right? Yeah.
Yes, because it leads to decreased absorption of calcium because it contains oxalic acid.
Yeah.
And one more thing I'd like to add, we should also take decreased salt in the diet, because some people have tendency to take a lot of salt in the diet. What happens is it contains sodium, and sodium leads to again decreased absorption or increased excretion via our kidneys. So the amount of salt should also be restricted.
There is a question that how about having a green tea along with the food? Is that okay?
Yes, green tea is absolutely safe to have, and along with the food or after food, we can have it because it doesn't contain caffeine.
Perfect. All right. What about vitamin C? How often should we take vitamin C?
See, the recommended dosage is around, we require 500 milligram of vitamin C daily on a daily basis. So normally the good sources of vitamin C are oranges and mosby and all these fruits. So we can take these, and when we are taking these fruits along with our diet, our requirement of vitamin C is fulfilled. Lemon and in the avla is also very good. So it's a very good source of vitamin C. Avla, nimbu, oranges, quinoa, these are very good sources of vitamin C.
So you mean to say that you don't need the supplements as in vitamin C tablets? You need to ensure that you are having a proper diet of citric fruits and vegetables in your diet so that you maintain that vitamin C level in your body. That's what you mean to say, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool, perfect. Any other questions, everyone? So like the doctor telling you not to take a lot of medicines and supplements, go natural. But take care of your healthy diet.
Yes. A balanced diet and physical activity.
And the physical activity on top of it. Yeah,
yes.
Along with the diet. One more question for you. If kids do not take milk regularly, can we include some calcium supplements for the kids, and what it could be?
Yes, they have to be included. Yes, it is a must actually.
What kind of supplements would you suggest?
See, the thing is that we have certain fortified foods which are rich in calcium, like fortified cereals. We can give kids those. Then if they are not comfortable in taking milk, then we can ask them to take other dairy products like yogurt or paneer or cheese. They are a very good source of calcium. Or if like what we can do is with the milk, we can add certain ingredients like like Horlicks or Bonvita or like sweeteners, so that kids may have it and love to have it.
Thank you, Dr. Alok. My daughter is sitting just beside me and she was really happy to hear the word cheese. And she said, cheese, mama. So yeah, thank you. All right. Another question. What if we don't like cow milk, but use vegetal milk? Vegetal milk. Is that okay?
Okay, so I think we are discussing the issue of vegans here, which are not comfortable in taking any animal products. So in those persons, what we can suggest is that there is a certain product called tofu. It is a very high source of calcium. So we can give them tofu. And then soya is also a very good source of calcium. So these people, the persons who are vegans, they can supplement their calcium with the help of tofu and this thing. Soya bean, yes.
Arian, does that answer your question? Okay, another question. What is the best way to increase the bone and muscle strength? I believe that's, thank you, Arian. I believe that's already been answered, Ritu. It's like proper calcium intake, physical exercises, and proper diet. I believe that's what you said, Dr. Alok, for this question.
Exactly, yes. Calcium, vitamin D, and physical activity. And cut down on the usage of tobacco and alcohol. That's it. We should not, tobacco absolutely cut off, and alcohol in moderation. There are certain recommendations which can be found over the internet.
All right, just one last question, and then we will move to the next practical session. Anyone for the last question? Whosoever comes first. I should start counting like I do in yoga. 10, 12, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No question? Stop. All right. Cool. Thank you so much, Dr. Alok. That was really, really a wonderful session.
My pleasure.
A lot for your time. And now it's a session with me. And it's not good if I introduce myself. So let me just ask or request.
Over to the master now. Over to the master now.
Let me just request Ms. Anuradha, my sister, to introduce myself. And then let's get back on your mats and let's start some practical sessions. Yeah.
Okay. So when it talks, you can hear me? When it comes to introducing Deepti, I think words will really not do the justice, but I'll try here. She is obviously a yogic practitioner plus holistic science wellness professional. She has education in field of yoga, naturopathy, I guess acupressure, and I don't know, so many other things, which and she keeps adding on to it every time I meet her. She's passionate about making other people discover the benefits of yoga. And she's always there to provide support in attaining more flexibility, strength, balance, body alignment, and very really passionate about, teaching her students, really take a personal interest in their development and in their practice. So I think this much introduction will suffice for the moment. And I would also like to thank our daughters, my daughter and her daughter, Avishi and Avni, who had been quite instrumental in giving us a kind of technical support that we had needed for the organizing these sessions, because we are really not very good at it. So thank you, Avni. And Avni is, I think, also going to be demonstrating the postures while Deepti will be instructing the session. So thank you, Avni. Special thanks to Avni for that. She's a little yogi and she's really following on her mom's path as of now. Over to you, Deepti.
Thank you, Diya. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you so much for such a wonderful introduction. And I would like to add on, I am still a student and my sister is one of my trainer.
So always mutual admiration society and mutual admiration people here. Okay.
All right, so let's begin. I leave it up to you if you want to enable your videos or you want to let your videos be disabled. Want to practice along with me, want me to correct your postures, look at your postures, you can enable your videos, otherwise you can, like, completely your choice. Here is my daughter, Avni, for the demonstration in front of you for all the asanas. It being the Women's Day, so the asanas practiced today will be completely basis on what every woman, and the pranayama also, every woman must do. They should take out time to do these practices. And I have included some of the postures, some of the asanas, which are like Vrajasana, which are among those yogasanas that are ideal for women to help them develop a regular and healthy menstruation cycle. Practicing asanas regularly will ensure that women develop muscular strength, avoid obesity, develop healthy and healthy reproductive organs by keeping their hormones in balance. So let's begin. Whosoever want to enable the video, I'm not going to be spotlighted. My daughter will be spotlighted. Just go ahead, practice. And before we start, just lay down in the Shavasana. Relax yourself. Focus on your breath. Close your eyes. Relax each and every part of your body, all your muscles. Just bring your legs together, arms above your head. Inhale and stretch. Exhale, release, relax. Take the left toe and sit down in the comfortable position. Sit with your crossed legs in the comfortable position. Spine straight, eyes closed, hands in the prayer position on the center of your heart. We will do 3 Om chanting followed with Chanting. Inhale and begin. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let your eyes be closed. Feel the vibrations. Rub your palms and make them warm. Place your palms over your eyes. Gently open your eyes inside the palm. Open your eyes inside the palm and Massaging your face, bring your hands down. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon. Thank you for joining our sessions. Happy Women's Day. Let's start the practice with some of the Sush Vyayamas for strengthening our joints. Start with your wrist. Open your hands in front of you. Roll your wrist clockwise 4 times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Anti-clockwise 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your hands back on your knees. Place your fingers on your shoulders. Bring your elbows together. Inhale, take your elbows up, back. Exhale, down and forward. Inhale, up, back. Exhale, down and forward. Anti-clockwise, inhale, down, back, up and forward. Inhale, down, back, up and forward. And release and relax back on your knees. Now for your neck, inhale, take your neck up, stretch. Exhale, center. One more time, inhale, up. Exhale, center. Now clockwise and anti-clockwise rotation of your neck. Tuck your chin to the chest. Inhale, right, back. Exhale, left and down. One more time. Inhale, right, back. Exhale, left and down. Anti-clockwise. Inhale, left and back. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, left and back. Exhale, right and down. Inhale, center. Close your eyes. We are going to do some strengthening for the eye muscles. It has been long that we have been watching for last 1.5 hours to the screen. Close your eyes. Open your eyes wide. Close them tight. Open them wide. Close them tight. Open them wide. Close them tight. Open them wide. Close them tight. One last time. Open them wide. Close them tight and relax your eye muscles. Relax. Open your legs in front of you. Get ready for some ankle and toe strengthening. Roll your ankles clockwise and anti-clockwise. First clockwise, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anti-clockwise, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Now for your knees. Inhale, press your knees down. There is a natural curve, natural arch of your knees, natural gap between your mat and your knees. Just try to press them down completely. Exhale, come back to the natural curve. Inhale, press. Exhale, natural curve. Inhale, press. Exhale, natural curve. And last time, inhale, press and hold. Exhale, release and relax your knee muscles. Fantastic. Now we are going to start the asana practice. The first asana is Bad Kon Asana, butterfly pose. You have to bring your toes and heels together in the prayer position. Your heels should be ideally very close to your groin area if possible. If not, never mind. Maintain the distance. Try to keep your knees grounded as much as possible. Keep your spine straight. If you are not comfortable here, you can push the cushion under your hips, buttocks, and stay comfortable. Now flatten Flatter your knees, holding your toes. This asana is named on the animal yoga pose, the butterfly pose, Padkonasana. It is great for everyone who are on their feet for a lot of duration. It relieves the people of their fatigue, and it helps women as it reduces menstrual discomfort and menopause symptoms. So very beautiful asana for all the women that women must do. Relax, release, bring your legs in front and shake them well and relax from your Padkonasana. The next posture, next asana will be the Noka asana, the boat pose. Sit in the comfortable position. This is called Danda asana with your legs in front of you, toes pointing towards your face, chin slightly towards your chest. Eyes can be closed. If you're a practitioner, if you're a beginner, you can focus your eyes on one point. Inhale, take your hands up, slide slightly back. Exhale, bring your legs up, hands in line with your knees. And Noka asana, the boat pose. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, release your hands down. One more time. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, legs up, hands in line with your knees. Inhale, hands up, legs down. Exhale, release your hands. Relax in Dandasana. Keep your eyes closed. The boat pose Noka asana is especially good for strengthening the back and abdominal muscles. It tones the leg and arms muscles too. The next posture will be Marjorie asana. It's called the cat pose. For that, you have to bend your knees, get into tabletop, your hips and knees in one line, your buttocks and knees in one line, toes flat, your shoulder, elbow and wrist in one line. Spine is straight. Inhale, tuck your tailbone in, lengthen your chest, chin up. This is the cat pose. It brings the flexibility to the spine, strengthens wrist. Keep your eyes closed and stay in this posture. Strengthens your shoulders, massages your digestive organs and improves the digestion. It tones the abdomen, relaxes your mind and improves the blood circulation. Exhale, release and relax, sit back. Sit in the Vraj asana. Vraj asana is while bending your knees, you are sitting with your sitting bones on your heels. It is also called thunderbolt pose. Keep your eyes closed, sit with your palms on your knees. Beautiful, relaxing postures. Those who are not comfortable in it can have the cushion under your buttocks. It is a simple yet powerful asana. You sit on your knees, giving pressure to the calf muscles. Your toes just touch each other and you rest on your heels. Hands are kept straight on the knees. You keep on breathing, inhale and exhalation. Both are happening in the pose. Try to sit as long as possible in this pose. It has a direct impact on the stomach and aids in digestion. So taking care of the digestion resolves many health issues. This pose can be practiced after meals. Cautious, please note that those who have knee injury should avoid this asana. From the Vraj asana now, we are going to lead to the child pose, Bala asana or Shishwasanam. You will just spread your hands up, inhale. Exhale, bring your arms forward. Either you can stay like this with exhalation and now you are Head with your forehead touching the floor. Your arms are extended in the front, or you can also take your arms back and relax completely with rolling your head. Stay for a few counts. Inhale, exhale, keep breathing. This pose relaxes you and also allows blood to flow towards the brain. Anyone suffering from high blood pressure, anxiety, sleep disorders, insomnia should practice child pose, and this is really beneficial. Inhale and come back to Vrajasana. Now we are going to practice Makar Adho Mukha Svanasana, which is called Dolphin Plank Pose. For that, you have to stand on your knees, take your arms forward, open your knees and get into plank. Body weight managed on your toes, shoulders, elbows and wrist in one line. Your abdomen muscles are tight. Spine is straight. And stay in this posture. This is a core building exercise. Very good for sports person. The sports person includes that in their exercise regime. The asana is wonderful for men, women, and children. It strengthens the arms, legs, abdomen, chest, and lower back, and improving the posture. It helps in improving the postures and straightening of the spine. From here, we are going to get into downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, contract your abdomen and get into the downward facing dog pose. One of the beautiful posture for everyone because it provides an all-round exercise to the body. It strengthens the shoulders, back, hips, calves, and heels. Try to touch your heels to the ground, your crown of the head to the ground, ears and arms together. From Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog pose, and it also relieves the stress, especially from the back. We are going to now get into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog. Inhale and push forward, slide forward, chest wide open. If you're not comfortable with your knees and thighs up, you can place your knees down, flatten your toes, toes and heels together. Bring your chest forward, shoulder blades kind of hugging your spine, eyes closed, and enjoy this upward facing dog pose. This is also the Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, Adho Mukha Svanasana, and Makra Adho Mukha Svanasana are also the postures that we do in Surya Namaskar, the sun salutation, which has 12 powerful asana sequences. And it can impact the endocrine, nervous, cardiovascular, muscular, skeletal system. This Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing dog pose, opens up and strengthens the hip and groin area. From here, relax, get into downward facing dog, drop your knees and push yourself forward into the child, push yourself back into the child pose. Relaxing your spine, relaxing yourself. Beautiful. Stay calm. Inhale, head up, sit, chest up, sit down in the Vrajasana. And now lay down on your abdomen. Laying down on the abdomen, bring your toes together, heels apart, make a pillow of your hand and roll your head to one side, close your eyes and relax. This asana is called Makar Asana. Beautiful, relaxing posture. Also wonderful for your spine. We are going to do prawn asanas postures. Just stay. Let your eyes be closed. Roll your head to the center. Place your forehead on the ground. Place your palms on the sides of the chest. Ensure that your wrist and your elbows are in one line. Your toes and heels are together and toes are flat. We are now going to do Cobra Pose, which is also called Bhujanga Asana. This is an asana which gives relief from the stress, anxiety, and depression. It gives relief from the stiffness in the legs and back. It also helps strengthen the back, neck, and abdominal muscles. Following the instructions, inhale, bring your chest up. Let your chin be wherever it is. Wrist and elbow in one line, Agni. Wrist and elbow in one line, Vita. Yeah. Chest up. That's it. Classical Cobra Bhujanga Asana. Exhale, bring your forehead down. Chest down. Inhale, chest up. Keep your spine straight. Just the chest up. Navel and pelvic grounded. Exhale, down. One last time. Inhale, up. And hold the posture for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release, relax back in Makarasana. Make a pillow of your hands, toes together, heels apart, and roll your head in the opposite direction. Let your eyes be closed. Now we are going to do Shalabhasana, the locust pose. Before we get into the posture, follow the instructions. Roll your one hand, bring your forehead on the floor, chin on the floor. Take your right hand completely inside. Left hand also rolled and completely inside. Eyes remain closed, toes and heels together, toes flat. Inhale, bring your right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, bring your left leg up. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, down. Now keeping your eyes closed, chin firm, arms firm, chest on the ground. Inhale, both the legs up as high as you can. Exhale, release. Inhale one more time, both the legs up. And hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release and relax in Makar Asana. Make a pillow of your hand, roll your head to one side, let your eyes be closed, toes together, heels apart. Shalabhasana, the locust pose that you just did, removes the pressure from the sciatic nerve and gives relief from the backbone, back pain. It improves the appetite and blood supply to the lower back and neck areas, and it strengthens the thigh and abdominal muscles. Now inhale, stretch like a cat, get into the cobra, placing your palms on the sides of the chest. Stretch back into the cat and then the child pose. Stay there for a couple of breaths. Inhale, head up, chest up, sit in the Asana. And now roll yourself and relax in the Shavasana, the final posture, the corpse pose. For that, you have to bring your legs wide open, hands wide open, palms facing the sky, body totally relaxed. Follow the auto-suggestions, bring your legs slightly up from the ground, flex your toes, point your toes, flex your toes, point your toes, and drop. Bring your buttocks slightly up from the ground and drop. Chest up and drop. Bring your hands slightly up, make a tight fist, stretch your fingers, tight fist, stretch your fingers, and drop. Squeeze your shoulders towards your ear and relax. Roll your head to right, left, and center. Make a squeezy and lemony face. Squeeze all your facial muscles. Squeeze and relax. Eyes wide open, mouth wide open. Stretch your tongue out. Stretch, and relax. Close your eyes gently. Close your mouth. Let your body be totally relaxed. If there is any tightness, shake it well and relax. Let your eyes be closed and focus on your breath. Deep resting and meditative state. It rejuvenates and heals our body. Give the time to your breath to relax. Feel the strength, feel the flexibility, feel the calmness. Bring your legs together, arms above your head. Inhale and stretch. Let your eyes be closed. Exhale, release. Take the left arm and stay there for one breath. Inhale and sit down in the comfortable position. Let your eyes be closed, spine straight, palms on your knees. We are now going to practice the Pranayama, a universal self-healing technique. Pranayamas that helps to maintain the hormonal balance. If any of us is right now is in menstruation cycle right now, please don't practice this particular pranayama, which is called Kapalbhati. Apart from that, if you're not having your periods right now, you can practice the Kapalbhati today. This is called mild Kapalbhati. It helps in curing the issues like Pcos and for the lung cleansing, maintaining the hormonal balance, all the pranayamas. For that, keep your eyes closed, palms on your knees, spine straight. This is active, passive inhalation and active exhalation. Inhale, exhale, deep breath. Inhale and begin. Just the abdomen will get contracted with every exhalation. Inhale and begin. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, want, 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 want. Exhale completely. Inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale and hold your breath. Let your eyes be closed. Hold your breath for 10 to 20 seconds. Focus between your eyebrows or on your heart. Exhale. Inhale. Inhale is breathing in. Exhale, breathe out. Let your eyes be closed. Now we are going to do Anuloma Viloma, the alternate nostril breathing with retention. Left hand can be either on your knees or it can be in the Gyan Mudra with the first fingertip and thumb fingertip touching each other, resting on your knee. Right hand, first two fingers between your eyebrows. Those who are practitioners can make the Vishnu Mudra. Close your right nostril. Let your eyes be closed, spine straight, neck straight. Exhale completely from your left nostril. Inhale left on 1, 2, 3, 4. Close both the nostrils. Hold your breath for 16 seconds. If you're not comfortable with holding for 16 seconds, as much as you can. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are going to follow this ratio of 4, 16, and 8. See if you can follow it. Otherwise, go as per your breath. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, hold your breath. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, hold your breath. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, hold your breath. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, hold your breath. Exhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Inhale, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Retain, hold your breath. It's a final retention. Exhale, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hands on your knees. Let your eyes be closed, spine straight. Focus on the tip of your nostril. Take one deep breath. Inhale. Exhale. Now we are going to do third pranayama, which is very important pranayama. It's Ujjayi breath, Ujjayi pranayama. In this, you are going to engage your throat. You will feel the vibrations in your throat. And there will be a snoring sound coming out of the nostril with inhalation and exhalation. Your breath will remain deep, conscious, and efficient. Let your eyes be closed and try to do the Ujjayi breath 5 times. Feel the vibrations, make the humming sound, the ma sound coming out of your nostril. Vibration should be felt in your throat, chin slightly up to the chest. Just 5 times. Beautiful pranayama to balance the thyroid, parathyroid glands. Maintains the hormonal balance. Even it can be practiced at the prenatal while in the during of pregnancy. After 5 Ujjayi breaths, let your breath be normal. Let your eyes be closed. Final pranayama will be the Brahmari, where we are going to make the mo or a humming sound coming out of the nostril. Close your ears from the lobe of the ear, pressing with your thumb. With your fingers, closing your eyes. Spine remains straight, chest remain open. You can make the om sound, humming sound, a sound, mo sound coming out of your nostril. Feeling the vibrations in the skull area. 5 times with the exhalation, the sounds come. Inhale deeply and begin. Let your eyes be closed. Place your palms on your knees. Take one deep, conscious and efficient breath. Bring your palms in close to the chest, in the center of the chest, in the prayer position. Eyes remain closed, spine remains straight. Final prayer 3 times Om, followed with Chanting. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let your eyes be closed. Feel the vibrations. Rub your palms and make them warm. Open your eyes gently inside the palm. Massage your face. Place your palms all over the body. Om Namah Shivaya. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your energies, for your time. There is one beautiful quotation from Mother Teresa. I alone can't change the world, but I alone can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. I really love it. And this is what we all women's do in our daily life. Shine on, not just today, but every day. Stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Deepti. It was really relaxing session. I guess it was a dinner time for the people in India, so quite a lot of them went off. It's kind of clashing. We were trying to match between the Europe time and Indian time, so it was the best possible. Whatever. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you so much. Whoever is here. If you have any questions now, I don't think you'll be having, if you don't feel like asking any questions right now, it's all relaxing mode. The system has gone into relaxing mode. So just stay like that. And if you have any questions later on, please feel free to send them over the emails. You have our email IDs and we'll be happy to respond. Have a nice evening, afternoon, and see you next time. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. And we will definitely share the details of all the speakers with you over the email. Please spare some time to share the feedback and the learnings for our next session. Look forward. Happy International Women's Day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.